with the open document format. Someone can have openoffice.org. Someone could have StarOffice. Someone could have IBM's Workplace with Lotus Notes. Someone can have choice. And they can have real choice because they can create, edit, save, and transmit to other people documents in that format. And those applications that can open it, they can be open or they can be proprietary. So this is the best moment for openoffice.org because it is a source of all that. And we are very happy then to be here in Barcelona and to see the interest that the government has in things like open source, especially as open source allows local populations like Catalanian to actually make it theirs. 10 million speakers of Catalan, that's a lot. And they can actually, with openoffice.org and with open source, make it theirs in a way that no other application allows. For most people, they would not be able to tell a functional difference between the two. That is to say, most people, say student, say person living just at home writing a letter, doing a simple spreadsheet calculation for a checkbook or something like that, or finances, doing a simple presentation, they are functionally very similar. You can do all those things with, say, 5 minutes learning. So they would not even be able to tell, probably. They would say, okay, my computer is green, or my computer is beige, or my computer is black. That's all they would know. And that's good. That's all we want them to know. But then when they saved their file and passed it to their friends would say, oh, well, you need Microsoft Office to open this. If they were using Microsoft Office, I can't open it. I can't afford Microsoft Office. Or I refuse to use Microsoft Office because it doesn't have the same level of Catalan support as OpenOffice. Or if it's a government document, they would say, why should I pay money to, say, open this when it should be publicly available? Then they would see the advantage of open source and of openoffice.org, because not only could they do all those things for free without having to pay anyone any money, but they could even, if they were, say, computer programmers, make little hacks that allow it to work with other applications. We've seen Google mashups. Now that's proprietary technology, but Google publishes the technology that allows people to do those very easily. With openoffice.org, it's like Firefox. You will be able to add extensions. You will be able to create extensions. Say the government of Catalan decides to use openoffice.org widely and create an extension that allows people to file their taxes more efficiently. This is easily done with openoffice.org. It is not so easily done with proprietary technology, where it requires a whole different level of legal scrutiny. The community has done everything. Softcatalà, the company that is on the ground here organizing it, has been working day and night to make sure that the 1,000 people who registered for this conference are actually attended to. And so we do everything. We've been working with the university. They've also been working with various speakers to make sure that we are cared for and pampered. They have done a tremendous amount of work getting volunteers who are students, as well as other people who are in the neighborhood to contribute to this conference. But really the most important thing they've done is demonstrate to the world that there is a Catalan community interested in open source, free software, and openoffice.org. That it is not something that is only for somebody else, but it is something that is able to be in the heart of Barcelona and get a lot of interest and show people how they can become freer in what they produce. Every government has its peculiarities, and freedom here means the ability, not say to protest, but rather the ability to do things so that other people can actually enhance what you've done. Freedom here is a very flexible term, and it should always be understood that you use it within context intelligently. So one would hope, and this is Richard Stallman's argument, that the freedom of free software is extensible to the freedom of the individual. And that's an honorable and deeply admirable position to hold. And I'm friends with Richard Stallman, and I hold similar views myself, only I believe too in community power. I believe that the freedom extends not just from the individual and only to the individual, but to the community at large. So I would think and I would hope that the Chinese government's endorsement of free software is a model that other governments can back, because the government is saying we are supporting, in this case, free software and open source software because it is imperative that local areas have a say in how things are done. The model that Mr. Hu Kaiyong showed was one in which the monopoly determined how things were done in the local areas, and the local voices were thus silenced. That is not freedom. The monopoly was not acting to the interest of the freedom of the local population. The monopoly based in Redmond was not acting free for the people in that area. Freedom, in this case, would mean the ability of the local population to have their say in how things are done. So freedom should always be understood in the context being used here.